Hey, it's me. If I sing, will you sing with me? I love singing with you. Oh, you're the best, Poo Poo. I love you. All right, y'all. So here we go. I have planted some more seeds to get some stuff planted for fall planting. So here I have some lettuce, some more lettuce. Here I've got some greens. Look how big those greens are. And then some more lettuce. So let me pull these out. I will show you what types they are. I'll show you the seed packets, just so you can get a better look at what's going on. I'll explain a little bit about what I did, and then we will move on from there. All right, so here we go. First things first, check this out. Look at these. These are some tomatoes that I pulled off of the cherry tomato plant. Uh-oh, I can't hold them all in my hand. Anyway, look how beautiful those are. That one's a pretty one. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. Those are going to be delicious. And look, y'all, I got the tiniest little one that turned red and is ready to eat. Isn't that cute? That's so adorable. It's so tiny, especially compared to this one here. Let me put them next to each other and compare them. Look how big and how little they are. Anyway, that's a little haul from my tomato plant. But anyway, back to the seeds. So I have planted some lettuce. I'm getting ready to put these out in the garden. It's starting to get cool in Chicago really quickly. Lettuce will grow in the cooler weather, so I'm hoping to get a couple yields before the weather just gets so bad that nothing will grow. But I planted these maybe about a week ago, and look how big these are. I wanted to show you what kind of seeds I use and just explain to you what these are. So let me get them all laid out. I believe that this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. And this one goes here. So everything's lined up with what they are so y'all can see. So this here, I've got them labeled. I put little stickers on the front so I know what is what. This is the black-seeded Simpson lettuce. So that is this one here. I've ripped off the top, but this is the same seed pack as this, and you can see I bought these seeds for 20 cents. Isn't that amazing? 20 cents at Walmart. And I got the most excellent germination from these seeds. Only one cell didn't start, and that one was here, but I had two very mature seedlings here, so I pulled one out here and I just replanted it in this flat so that I get 8 full plants of the black seeded Simpson. This one you can tell has just emerged from the soil. It germinated a little bit later, but it did germinate. Here I've got my gourmet lettuce blend, and that is going to be this one here, Burpee Organic. So these are organic. The cheaper ones I'm sure are not organic blends. And this has 20% Grand Rapids, 20% salad bowl lettuce, 20% red salad, 20% oak leaf, and 20% flame lettuce. I know that I can't stand the flame lettuce. It's too, like, stringy for me, like soft, maybe is the way I should explain it. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for certain types of lettuce to come out. I planted several seeds in each cell, and I'm looking for certain types of lettuce. Like this lettuce here looks like these lettuces here. But this one here, if you can see, it's got a little bit of that red tinge to it. I know that I really enjoyed that lettuce. So when I thinned out, which is having several plants and then pulling a couple out, like here you see how there's like 3 plants. Well, I am going to pull other plants and leave some down here. This one here, I don't see any red tinge on that one, but that one underneath, those leaves look red. And I'm looking for more red lettuce on these flats, anything that's coming up with more of a red hue, I want to leave here and pull out some of the regular just green lettuce like this one. So I'm hoping that I get more coming up here, like some red lettuce, even if it comes up a little bit later, because I want the red lettuce, because I've got 8 black-seeded Simpson here. So I'm really looking for more like red leaf lettuce here, so that I can enjoy some hardier lettuce here. Now here I've got my mustard spinach tendergreens. This is the seed pack for those. I bought those for 50 cents. The germination on these seeds was amazing. I cannot imagine that there was not one seed out of these greens that did not germinate. I had to thin these out seriously. Like there were plants all in here. I just got done thinning them out. I tried to save the strongest, largest plants. Some of them I was not able to just based on the way they grew. So this one is like looking a little leggy, but now that there's not other plants soaking up the soil, I'm hoping that that bad boy will get a little bit stronger, stand up towards the light, the grow lights, and be just a little bit more taut. A lot of these, see, they're kind of leggy. This one here, though, these are like sturdier. But now that they're in the soil by itself and there aren't other plants leaching the nutrients, I think that these are going to do very well. And then here on this side, this is my Grand Rapids lettuce. I just got done thinning these out, and they all germinated. Beautiful germination. 20 cents for this. So right now I have got 8 plants planted. I still have a ton of seeds left for 20 cents. Is this organic? No, I'm sure it's not. The difference, 20 cents and organic, 196, right? But I am doing the best with the money that I have. Oh, my grow lights just went out. So these are done with light for the night, and we're going to move on. Right now, since these are fresh seedlings, I have them on a 16-hour on cycle. Once they start getting a little bit larger, I'll move them down to a 14-hour on cycle, then a 12-hour on cycle. And once they are big enough, I will get them planted out into the garden in the ground. But I just wanted to show you all what my seedlings look like when they start. I mean, they come through and look how tiny. Oh, can I get that to focus? Look how teeny tiny that little baby is that has emerged out of the soil, right? But then look at these. So it's not too late to get something in the ground. Remember, lettuces like cold weather. Go ahead. The seeds start growing so quickly. The mustard spinach greens, I had seedlings. Every section was germinated, and I had seedlings popped up within a 48-hour period. Less than 48 hours, so less than 2 days, and I had already had plants coming out of the soil. Get some grow lights. Grow lights are not expensive. I promise you they're not. I have these shop lights. Look, there's the poo-poo. He's always hanging around. I bought these shop lights from Lowe's. The shop lights themselves were, I think it was $30 for the actual shop light. You don't need 2. You only need 1, but I got 2 just in case because I wanted to make sure I had maximum light exposure. I plan on doing that to each shelf except the very bottom shelf because, as you can see, Poo-Poo likes laying down there, so I'm going to continue to give him that. But each shelf, I want to do double lights. All this stuff that's here, I want to move to the top shelf and let the top shelf be my storage. I'll figure it out. And be able to just grow. So the light fixture itself was $30. The bulbs you can find anywhere. You'll have to do your research to find out what kind of bulbs. But there's certain, I don't think the watts matter. It's like certain lumens and kelvins, I think it is. Kelvins and lumens. And when you get that, it imitates daylight. And so this is what I use to make sure that the seedlings have enough daylight that they don't get leggy. I have the aluminum foil on the back just to be a reflective quality to bounce the light back at the plants. And like maybe I've said before in another video, I invested the money in the rack and the lights. The lights, both lights, the light bulbs and the rack were maybe about $120 total. And I have started all my seeds in my garden this way, besides the things that I bought at the garden center. And I can fit one, two, three, four flats for sure. Four flats this size. I don't know what size these are on one of those shelves. And my plan is to start during the winter. I want to do microgreens. I was just doing some research on them. You can turn over a flat of microgreens in about a week to 2 weeks. You can plant your seeds and have microgreens ready for harvest. It is a great way to make money, but it is also a great way to sustain yourself and have greens all winter long. So this investment is going to take me a far way. Once again, here go the seeds. I want you to see these seeds here were the same price as that down there. If I'm correct, 20 cents. If not, it was 50 cents. So we'll just say these were 50 cents. $2, 50 cents, and 20 cents. So what? That's $5 worth of seeds. And I'm going to get 4 times 4, that's 16 lettuce plants, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, look, I have 2 here. I'm going to decide which one of those I want to thin out and just leave one in there. But anyway, what I say, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'll have 22 lettuce plants from just this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mustard green plants in this little bitty space. And you can see I could get so much more in this flat, but I want to give them space to be able to grow and expand before I get them out in the garden. All right, if y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. If you just want to comment, please do that. If you want to congratulate me, do that. I'm so silly. You don't have to congratulate me. Just please, if you're doing any growing of your own, let me know what kind of growing you're doing, what kind of space you're doing it in. I would love for people to let me know that they too are being inspired to start something, even if it's just like little herbs on your deck or on your windowsill. I just want to know what you're doing. Also, before I end this video, I want to go ahead and let you know that I do not water my seedlings from the top. I don't think that's good. You really don't want to get extra moisture on your leaves and cause any damage to your new baby leaves. So I do all bottom watering. I put all the water in here, and the soil will soak it up from the bottom up to the top. Try not to leave your seedlings sitting and standing water. Once your soil is moist, dump out the rest of the water from the flat and let them dry out. Don't keep them too watered. Let the top of the soil dry out a little bit. This soil here is pretty moist. You can see how dark it is. That is very moist soil. Compared to soil that is starting to dry out like this soil here, you can see it's starting to turn a lighter brown color. And it's not as, you can move it around a lot easier. So it's starting to dry out more. These plants are bigger, so of course they're probably soaking up more water than these little bitty plants here. But you have to watch them, make sure that they stay watered, but don't keep them waterlogged. Let them dry out a tad bit just on the surface before you water them. The roots go down fast. By this point for these, the roots are all the way down at the bottom. Look, that one's got a root already coming out of the bottom. So these roots grow very quickly. They get deep very quickly. As soon as you see your plant emerging, you have to know that the roots started going down before the leaves started going up. These already have a very starting to be complicated root system. Even this one here, if I were to pull this up, you would be amazed at how long the root system is. It's probably already, the first root that it sends out is probably already down to almost the bottom of that container. The roots grow extremely quickly. Also, I have not used any fertilizer in my seedlings. I do not do that. I just use the seed starting mix, put my seeds in there. As they start to grow, I will probably start to fertilize here in the next few weeks with a water-soluble fish emulsion fertilizer. And then once they get out into the garden, I will have the Trifecta Plus in the soil, and that will be what is feeding them once I get them out into the garden. But before that, I will be using a combination of the Alaskan fish fertilizer, and I mix that with this Dr. Earth seaweed premium concentrate. I couldn't find just sea kelp, so I found this seaweed concentrate instead, and it has soluble potash in it and seaweed extract. So I'm sure this is probably not as good as the sea kelp, but it is what I was able to find when I first started my journey. So that is what I'm going to use while they're seedlings. And then once they're outside, the Trifecta Plus will be in the soil. And that will be all that they need to be healthy. I will not have to use the fish emulsion anymore because the fish emulsion is quite stinky. But it does work. I just find that this Trifecta Plus is super duper easy, and as you can see, it says it is the ultimate supercharger, so it is going to help keep my soil conditioned. Of course, I don't need to condition the soil for the seed starters, but the soil that's outside that I'm going to be recycling year after year, I do have to make sure that I'm constantly feeding that soil because that is alive and full of nutrients, and I have to keep it fed if it's going to be feeding my plants. So that's that. Show you guys my seedlings once again because I'm just so proud of my babies. Yes, yes, yes. You all, I love gardening and I'm so excited about being able to grow microgreens. I would like to find a way to sell some of my microgreens. Perhaps that's something I can embark on and make some money doing what it is that I love doing. All right. Shalom.